take my chain, I'ma bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down, 30, 50, 100, down.
I be paranoid, I gotta keep. I got like me this right in the money. I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends like and all my sins washed up, yeah, free my kids. I be close to saying I ain't supposed to say. Sometimes I wanna go ghost, I might go MIA. Still screaming. Me this right in the money. I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends locked up in the feds. And all my sins washed up, yeah, free my said. I be close to saying I ain't supposed to say. Sometimes I wanna go ghost, I might go MIA. I might go MIA. I might go MIA. MIA. I might go MIA.
best friend. 7-Eleven. We can go legend. 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 Yeah, with my best friend. 7-Eleven. Yeah, we can go legend. We can go legend. Yeah, we can go legend. We can go legend. We can go legend. We can go legend. Yeah. With my best friend. 7-Eleven. We can go legend. We can go legend. Legend. Like a phone legend. We can go legend. Yeah. I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way, baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill, I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. I live a wild life, don't judge me. In the lobby, walk in the room, then leave with the that in my 40 money. I ain't the same guy when I was 14. I was trying out for the ball team. High school crush was ignoring me. Oh yeah, now me. Now I'm on the road. Shorties on my shores. Saying I'm about to. I'ma talk cause I ain't finished yet. True be told, yeah, I've been a man. Still gon' let me win the fan. Are you? Oh really now? Aight man, let's get it then. I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way, baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill, I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. You know I gotta give them what they asked for. Like Tupac spitting out of tabloids. I'm Will Smith hanging with the bad boys. Get it done with up. Where I'm from, they never had much. Waters and crackers when they had lunch. Everyone quick to do it. No giving like 5. Still got a heart of gold, so don't let me go, cause I'm here for you. Akon flow like it's 06. To my whole fam, please don't trip. Duck Mo's at it again. I'm a dog, but I'm no. I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way, baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill, I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm
Good evening from South Philadelphia. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, no question, there's one direction this Sixers team is going. It's taken a lot of trust and no question, a lot of patience.
Ed, I hear what you're saying, and the Sixers are on the up and up. But let's remember who built the foundation. Sam Hinkie deserves a lot more credit. I know this new management has taken them to new heights, but it all started with Mr. Hinkie.
Now, the fans in Philadelphia are reaping the rewards right now. The opening tip won by the Sixers, and we're underway here in Philadelphia. Simmons to Tobias Harris. From long range, his first effort off the mark. Oh, too much contact. Free throws.
Establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
2 for 2 on that trip. Jay, what's the next step for Ben Simmons?
MVP, Ed, to win the MVP. But perception is reality. And I've been hearing this stuff from a lot of people who have been watching Ben Simmons show out this past summer on IG. Ben Simmons needs to the Celtics without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
And hits the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. Teague with it up top. Leads just a point. Won't go. Not a good pass there. T-Wolves have it.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know, just like I know, you're not getting back on D.
Teague. Now a steal by Philly. Beyond the arc for 3. Can't connect. Teague with the basketball. His team up by 1. Got a piece to knock it away.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Cleans it up. Offensive board. Not done yet. To Embiid. Has a chance. Joel Embiid. Missed his first. That one goes.
Just remember an old saying here. You're only as good as your last shot. And your last shot went in. So it's time to get going.
Teague. Down low Bell. Joel Embiid. Huge block. Couldn't keep it in. Out off to Buck. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Plenty of contact. The shot no good.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
From the painted area, won't go down. Minnesota at the controls. In the front court comes Smith. Down by 1. The drive, right to the basket, right down the lane, but the shot won't go.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player.
My goodness, did you see that, Jay?
That's nasty. Don't, just disrespectful.
And that's rebounded by Minnesota. And scores on the step back.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
In the front court comes Simmons. Down 3. It's a big finish.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Teague with it up top. He'll run the offense. Has a look. Knocks it down off the step back.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Simmons with it. They're down 3. The monster stuff. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. To Covington. Good on the layup.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Simmons to Tobias Harris. Fires the three. He engulfed him that time. And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Substitutions, Philadelphia. 1 minute remaining.
Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop. To Embiid. And he finishes at the rim.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Nothing going here on that drive.
We switching here.
And the finish at the rim.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Napier with the basketball. Up by 3. To Towns. Karl Anthony Towns. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
The defense is doing such a good job of denying him the ball and really getting in his pocket, but he got that one to go.
That misses with 2 seconds to go. That ends the first quarter. The Timberwolves have the lead. One quarter down. Long way to go. So, buckle up. It's wide open.
And when both teams are playing at this level, it just continues to reaffirm that I was excited to watch both of these teams play this entire week. It's been a solid game so far, but this has a chance to be a great one down the stretch.
To Wiggins. Trying to cash in. Yes, Andrew Wiggins. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
You see, the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw their arms into you, even their bodies into you, and as soon as the refs blow the whistle once or twice and you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
It's Minnesota basketball. Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air. 4th this contest.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
And finishes strong.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, head jab him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Gorgie Jang tips it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Down low for Jang. Al Horford swats it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Minnesota with the basketball. To Covington. Sizing up the defense. Joel Embiid blocked away.
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Jeff T.
And he'll go to the foul line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
For the Timberwolves.
Gorgie Jang, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 78% at the line. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Sixers finally break through. 52 wins last year. But, Jay, where do they factor in a top-heavy Atlantic division?
I still see this team finishing on the outside looking in. What I mean by outside is the 2 or 3 spot. I think this is Boston's division to lose, Boston's conference to lose. But still, the question mark still is around Ben Simmons and his ability to shoot the ball down the stretch.
Tobias Harris is going to get 3 shots here. A career 81% free throw shooter. First one goes down. Second of 3 is good.
There we go. Yes, sir.
And he hits all 3 free throws. Teague with the basketball. Leads 3. To Towns. Off the mark. Smith now into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Off the assist.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
To Teague. He gets it.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
4-3. Harris always looking to create a shot, even ones like those.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
Teague to Towns. Has a chance. Towns with a shot. That won't go.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Harris to Simmons. Here comes the screen. Five on the shot clock for Philadelphia. Simmons. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Teague to Wiggins. Yes, Andrew Wiggins. That's 3 now on 4 shots. Sixers call for time as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Sixers control it. To Tobias Harris. Richardson defended by Towns. Rejected.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Teague with it up top. Under a minute to go before halftime. Tobias Harris able to recover with the block.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Free throw good to finish off the 3-point play. The lead is up to 5. Took it down the lane, but it's no good.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Kyle O'Quinn rejects it. That's out. Last touch by Kyle O'Quinn. And count the basket.
This is like a boxing match. If you fight against a great boxer, if he keeps jabbing you at the face, eventually that body will open up. You keep giving up layups like that, boom, a body blow is on the way.
I got him. Watch this screen. Look.
Simmons. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Here comes the screen. Richardson to Simmons. Has a look. Simmons with a shot. That won't go. That's it. First half has come to an end. It's the Timberwolves in front.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Timberwolves have the basketball. Teague to Towns. Karl Anthony Towns. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
And it's so deflating for the defense when you pick up right exactly where you left off at halftime. That's the kind of energy you need.
The screen sets him up for 2.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Wiggins. Here comes the screen. Here's Karl Anthony Towns. That's no good. Smith with the basketball. The margin standing now at 7. Embiid, good for 2.
Underutilized, underutilized, underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of it.
Teague with the basketball. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. To Wiggins. Joel Embiid sends it away. Incredible. 6 tonight. Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Simmons with it. They trail by 7. Short jumper won't fall. And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
Just a tic-tac foul.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
And even his easy shots look difficult. It seems like the defense has completely disrupted his game. The bumping and pushing has really thrown him off.
Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. Embiid lets it fly from long range. Zaire Smith at the line. First one, count it. Second and 3, off the mark. Teague with it up top. Up 5. Here comes the screen. To Teague. They get it down for Towns. Not that time. Philadelphia with the basketball.
My ball.
Harris to Simmons.
Right.
Embiid shot off the mark. And the rebound taken in by Towns. Teague with the basketball. Leads 5. And the nice finish at the rim.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Simmons into the front court. He'll run the offense. You can't do that.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Philadelphia 76ers are in the penalty.
Joel Embiid pins it. Make that 7.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Smith with it up top. Right now, down 7. And Minnesota claims the rebound. Offensive rebound, grabs his own miss, and scores. Good concentration.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Teague with it up top. Counting down toward a minute to play in this third quarter. Here comes the screen. Baseline drive. Al Horford with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Add 2 points to the board. Now a pass stolen by the Timberwolves.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
To Teague. Oh, the whistle. Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Oh, they call him for the foul.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
And he connects on the first free throw. And he makes them both. Smith into the front court. 14-point deficit. Joel Embiid. 3 for 6 now.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Screen coming. Fires the 3. He was all over him. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul. Three quarters down. The fourth quarter coming up. The Timberwolves enjoying the advantage. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. It's a 5-second violation.
supposed to be froze. Ooh, Gucci on me head to toe. If you lie to me, I gotta let you go. Club, all the broke, bag, 24. Time to show 'em what that, Cut the check, bye, bye, bye. Foreign trips, bye, bye, bye. OG, lie detective, don't lie, lie, lie. Cut the check, bye, bye, bye. Foreign trips, bye, bye, bye. OG, lie detective, don't lie, lie, lie. Yeah, but I got no time for that. Yeah, yeah, I miss you, but I got no time for that. How could you wish you never play me? Had no time for that. Play me, you got no time for that. How could you moving like you call you back? Leave me alone. Running out the box. Leave me alone. You gonna what? Leave me alone. Running out the box. Leave me alone. Hey, yeah, I miss you, but I got no time for that. You was my little, I was fine with that. How you just gon' play me? I ain't fine with that. Thinking about you daily, crazy while I'm flexing. Oh, we was flexing. Always I told you that you be a star. Goals in our checklist. Question or check your message. Knew that I could from the start. Or she was texting. She called. Yeah. Leaving them gone. Yeah. She on. Yeah. Dreaming we on. Yeah. Ay. Dropping the coupe. Dropping the top of my car. Ay. I cannot. Click man, she playing her part. Yeah. Ay. Life is new. I like dark. Ay. Asking myself, how I leave her like in the dark. Like, leave me alone. Running out the box. Leave me alone. You gonna what? Leave me alone. Running out the box. Leave me alone. Yeah. You can't play me. I'm just till I'm lazy like a throwback. You ain't know that. My like I'm no Kodak. No what it ain't for that. I can't sweat you. I'm like who that? I can't sweat you. I don't do that. No. Hey, tell you the truth. I ain't want you to depart. Hey, I'm with you, but I kept with you cause you different. You can't play your part. No. Hey, tell you the truth. I'm with you from the start. Hey, I can't not playing a part. Like, leave me alone. Running out the box. Leave me alone. You gonna what? Leave me alone. Running out the box. Leave me alone. Yeah.
Got your baby. I put the soul in me. Sailor on board my feet. All this jewelry, they gon' notice me. And you know I got that roll on me. I put the soul in me. Sailor on board my feet. All this jewelry, they gon' notice me. I wanna eyes on it. Wanna cry on it. Can I vibe on it? Get live. All this jewelry, they gon' notice me. Thinking like Jodeci. Cause
of my courtesy. Then do a show, pick up my currency. Versace slippers, color burgundy. Rappers be talking, think they hurting me. I took his make come work for me. Keep the kissing. Round the city. They looking for me. Coming up watching the on TV like that what I wanted to be. Now the one get paid for it. They got us a blessing to see. Doing shows I'm on stage for. St. Laurent on my feet.
I put the soul in me. St. Laurent on both my feet. All this jewelry they gon' notice me. You know I got that roll on me. I put the soul in me. St. Laurent on both my feet. All this jewelry they gon' notice me.
I wanna keep my eyes on it. Wanna cry on it. Can I vibe on it? Get live.
I told that for me. Drop my top, now I'm. A lot of these rappers getting old to me. Old to me. I'm dropping the top and showing it. Much of the money we trying to get fed. I kept my mind and I had a vision. And then I arrived with 25. We sell out the whole facility. Not liking your vibe, your energy. I came from the with Kimberly. Assembly. We had a good time in Italy. Yo, these be lying by loyalty. Get on my knee, praying to God to cover me. I put the soul in me. St. Laurent on both my feet. All this jewelry, they gon' notice me. You know I got that roll on me. I put the soul in me. St. Laurent on both my feet. All this jewelry, they gon' notice me.
I wanna keep my eyes on it. Wanna cry on it. Can I vibe on it? Get live, yeah. Homeside, yeah. Give me rides, yeah.
My girl. So you talking about what? Ain't got nothing, man. Ain't got nothing on no name. No, straight like that, though.
Ain't got nothing for no nothing. Nothing gets to me too close. Ain't got nothing for no nothing. Be doing the most. Ducking. And my guy design your post. Look in your eyes and I see, hold on, be surprised when you see. Nothing for no nothing. Nothing gets to me too close. Ain't got nothing for no nothing. Be doing the most. I was ducking. Me and my guy design your post. Look in your eyes and I see, hold on, be surprised when you see. Come through. What time you wanna, yeah? You can't be the cops. I can't play myself out like that. Keep getting that dope. Counting mine, won't be trying to get no on my note. I would die bad on my look, my dog like farmers go. Ain't been sweet, but neither is me, so my be 300 or more. I keep close funds, but I don't boast. I know what it's like to not have that ain't gonna try me without saying I win it. Gonna disrespect the try my straight up fight that 6 ain't with what I'm with you getting dismissed. I give a fatal Jada kiss. Come through. What time you wanna, yeah? Come through. see me and can't turn me down, this ain't that vert. Got all was on we cook, got off them. Got up every time I feel the dirt, got up every time I feel the dirt. You look fair to mention when you gossip in your kitchen, high up. Down some prison, high up. Down the trenches, huh? Come through. What time you wanna,
beg man, shut up. Let me see you, darling. My lie, 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 like. My lie, 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 like. My lie, 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 like. I love the weekend, girls up. Let me see you, darling. I love the weekend, girls up. Now bet you can. I love the weekend, girls up. Let me see you, darling. I love the weekend, girls up. Now bet you can. My mommy said I could be anybody. I said I want more money than no money. Break with that guy who made the Bugatti. Lifestyle is get money, burn everybody. Painting wife, cool money to something. One who understands why I'm always. Who told you I can't handle my You're on the floor, I'm still holding my Call me talking. Yeah, let me see you, darling. I love the weekend, girls up.
It's NBA action on EA Sports. Alongside the former Chicago Bulls guard, Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, these guys are ready to go.
And people at home can't see me right now, but I'm stretching my arm.
The Clippers win the opening tip as we get things started at Staples. And the basket good at the rim.
When the ball was in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Now Paul with the basketball. Down two. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
His first effort off the mark. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Hassan Whiteside knocked it away.
Oh, some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. Paul can't connect. It's no good. Leonard to Anthony. Leonard. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain on a regular basis.
2 for 2 on that trip. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Ooh, crisp ball. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
Here's lesson number 1. When you allow a player like that the freedom of space to dance with the ball, there's no telling what kind of break dance move they might hit you with.
To Beverly. George buries it on the catch and shoot. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Ah, rocking the rim. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
Paul into the front court. 9-point margin. To Adams. Oh, he had him there for a second. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
And he missed the free throw. To Whiteside. Deep left corner. George. Paul George. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Here comes the screen. Hassan Whiteside. Snatching it out of the air. Anthony.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Had made his first couple, but he misses there. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Paul picked up by Carmelo Anthony. To Adams. Big man, Steven Adams. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Which way do you want it, Ed? Lefty, righty? He can finish with either.
George to the basket, but it won't go. The follow won't go either. Paul into the front court. They find themselves down 10. Nothing going here on that drive. Full throttle, right to the basket for the deuce. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
The assist from number 7.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
A simple touch foul.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Number 2. First foul in the final 2 minutes. Substitutions, Oklahoma City.
Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. Short jumper misses. Paul across the timeline. Counting down toward a minute to play in a very one-sided first quarter thus far. To Leonard. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Paul with it up top. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. And a chance coming up at the line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
First free throw is good. Able to convert on both free throws. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Oh, they call him for the foul.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Chris Paul has got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. First one goes down. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. short jumper stays out.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
From long range. Can't get the bounce. The pass taken away by the Clippers. And the rebound taken in by OKC. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That'll do it for the first quarter. The Clippers are out in front. 1 quarter in the books. This has the potential to be a good one.
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad, right in between. Let's see how both teams come out and try to adjust themselves in the second half.
So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Paul. Won't go down.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
Count it. And the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw try off the mark. To Paul George. Lets it fly from long range. It was contested, but Paul George still dials in for 3.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Driving right to the basket. Right down Broadway. 4-2.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
George, he continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Ferguson, bad pass there. Clippers have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Leonard still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. Slams it home on the putback.
When you let him get inside position like that on the glass, you can expect that every single time.
And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Number 7, Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony traded, but Sam Presti turns that into Dennis Schroeder.
And I love this acquisition by the Thunder. When you think about Schroeder, he is almost the opposite of what Russell Westbrook is. He is not a ball-dominant guard. He will have the ball in his hands, but he's more apt to make plays quickly with the ball than Russell, who likes to hold on to the ball towards the end of the shot clock.
A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. Patrick Beverly able to recover with the block. Leonard.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Working it outside to Anthony. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Baseline drive. Big man, Steven Adams. 3 for 3 in this first half.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
The assist from number 2, Kawhi Leonard.
Thunder with the basketball. Here comes the screen. Nice pass to set things up. Got a piece of him.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Leonard to Beverly. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And Patrick Beverly plays with so much confidence. Zero hesitation, knocks it down.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
To Adams. big man, Steven Adams. Oh, the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Leonard. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal. Layup goes down. Well done.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
It's LA Clippers ball. Leonard to Anthony for 3, and Carmelo Anthony. Zero hesitation as he knocks down the 3.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Entering the game for the Los Angeles Clippers, number 23.
On the basket, but his shot won't go. Williams into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Patrick Beverly. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want.
Beverly into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. To Williams. Oh, had him going there for a second. Williams. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Lou Williams. Paul knocks it down from mid-range.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Leonard. He still can't find his range from deep. It's no good. Long heave from 3/4 court. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense.
Watch that cutter.
Cash is in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Paul George to Whiteside. And finishes strong. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Runner's good there.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder. George. To Beverly. Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is going to get a chance at 3 here. He's perfect from the line so far. First one, count it.
Hey, kick it to him.
Second and 3 is good. It's all 3 free throws. Now Paul with the basketball. Down a bundle and a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Paul matched up with Carmelo Anthony. Gets to the basket and scores.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Strong finish for Paul George.
Clean up in aisle 4. Repeat, clean up in aisle 4. If there's anyone from the weak side that wants to participate in this game defensively, please raise your hand.
Oh, the whistle. Hey, take your hands off of me.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Entering the game for the Clippers, number 41.
Hassan Whiteside. Huge block. That's his third block this evening. Big man, Steven Adams. The defense is really going to have to start paying attention. He's 5 for 5 for the field.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Gilgeous-Alexander to Whiteside. Nice pass to get things going.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Able to convert inside.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Short jumper off the mark. To Leonard. Fires the three. Kawhi Leonard is going to get 3 shots here. Hasn't missed yet. And hits the first free throw. Second free throw off the mark. Still one to come. Paul into the front court. His guys down big. Here comes the screen. OKC now with 4 to shoot. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
Ooh, is there a medic in the house? You need to get those ankles retaped ASAP.
Leonard to Williams. Here's a chance from long range. Message received. Well defended.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Kawhi Leonard picked up by Paul. Trying to cash in. Shot for Leonard, no good.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Goes to the left side. Not that time.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, and nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Oh, emphatic slam. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Schroeder to Paul.
Here comes screen, here comes screen, here comes screen.
Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Chance for Chris Paul. Anthony with the rebound. Flushes it home. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Oh, they called the foul.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Number 3, Los Angeles Clippers.
Paul, it's good. Coach wants to see more from his D.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. The Clippers have the lead. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the fourth.
Schroeder against George. It's a big finish.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. To Anthony. A drive, but he can't get it to go. Paul into the front court. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. Off the assist.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Leonard to Anthony. George matched up with Paul. Count the basket inside.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Into the game for the Clippers, number 21, Patrick Beverly.
Kawhi Leonard, guarded by CP3. George, he engulfed him that time.
His scoring has definitely cooled off, but you have to give the defense some credit. They're denying him the ball and really making him work once he catches it.
Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
Paul George has a look. Green with a shot, no good. Knocked loose. Clippers have it.
You got to go for the score here right now in this possession.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Kawhi Leonard at the line for a chance at a three-point play. At the line, he's shooting 87%. Free throw good as he completes the three-point play. The lead is up to 6. Oklahoma City's got it. Short jumper misses. George. Can't connect from inside. To Schroeder. Missed a wide open look. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Paul George. To Leonard. Slam dunk.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Paul matched up with Paul George. has a chance. Shot by Paul won't go.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
OKC ball. And the rebound taken by the Clippers. JaMychal Green picked up by Paul. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Thunder. Picked up. Here we go. To Paul. Kawhi Leonard rejects it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
To George. 4-3. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
People do not realize the brilliance of the coaching in this league. The small adjustments made defensively has made all the difference in the second half.
Oh, a whistle.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Los Angeles Clippers are in the penalty. Subbing in for Los Angeles, number 7, Carmelo
Paul
Anthony.
to Schroeder. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
And draws the foul. So Hassan Whiteside will go to the line to shoot 2.
That's actually not a bad move at all. You're applying more pressure on him by sending him to the line.
Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line. Thunder with the basketball. To Schroeder. The drive. Right to the basket. Hassan Whiteside pins it. 4th this contest. Paul?
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Now here's an intentional foul. So free throws coming up in what is an 8-point ball game.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
And he makes them both. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. His guys trail by 10. It's Paul for 2. A tough shot. Hand in his face. He makes them pay.
You know, Ed, people don't understand. Tough shots are practiced every single day. With all these different contraptions out there to contest your shot, guys shoot 500 made shots a day. This is the new norm.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
It never would have been a foul if you didn't give him space. Your job defensively is to stay attached to him at all times. Force him to put the ball on the ground and drive and make a shot over the trees below.
And hits at the line. Straight down the middle, 4-2. They'll let one fly from half court. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams.
The Clippers finished with a narrow victory on the scoreboard. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot. The Thunder just couldn't close this one out. This loss is sure to be all the more bitter because of how well they shot from beyond the arc. Their percentage from three-point range was outstanding. Here are the guys.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Kawhi Leonard seemed to think he could only score points with dunks in this game. Again and again, he kept throwing them down, and it was just astonishing.
was cold.
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
These are the upcoming matchups for the Los. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
skin, but she light skin. My beat that indictment. This is celebrate. Got 1,000 ones and 1,000. Them seminary boys get money. Where you from? Just 1,000 buns. My Philly got a. She only on the weekend. She mad as at me right now because I was her best friend DM, Miss Field.
Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my.
Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Yeah, hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son. First off, bow down, cause this feel like midnight club at D-Town. What's up? Double dishing new keys in the ignition. My hat tipping down Trail Willis with the feet kicking, knees cranking. You see what Pete cranking? I mean, listen, y'all be tripping. See, we lately been seeing y'all be grating. I mean, facing y'all the cheap fragrance. They know me, the phonies. They copy, they jocking. But Groxy, he just in the pretty boy finna engine title reign. Arturo Gotti, we in this thing with the whole posse and it's fit. Just asking to just rob me and these kicks just asking to start rocking. But you ain't gotta ask, just watch me. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Yeah, hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son.
Yeah, out the I don't need no glass. This is all me, so please don't ask. Ballin' on a budget, gotta make this last. Nick driving reckless, hoping we don't crash. Pull up mad deep with all my little bro just dropped your rent on denim. In the back with my feet up kicking. Belly out with my shirt that's linen. I'm just trying to vibe, yeah, we out here gigging. Two-stepping, just out here killing. Getting hot in here, plus done kicked in. I need to slow down for your boy gets kicked out. Still feeling myself to socialize, but you better. I'm here, I guess I don't enjoy the lights like you.
It's NBA action on EA Sports alongside the former Chicago. The Clippers win the opening tip as we get things started at Staples. Anthony to Leonard. Anthony buries it on the catch and shoot.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
To Antetokounmpo. Oh, whistle.
A simple touch foul.
Number 7, Carmelo Anthony. That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Clippers have got it.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
Anthony to Beverly. No good. No daylight. Great defense.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
Paul George. Huge block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Leonard, now a steal by Milwaukee. And Jay, they called the foul.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2.
Short jumper off the mark. Beverly to Leonard. From long range, they're 2 for 2 to start the game from beyond the arc, and it's a 6-0 lead.
And when I see the ball being zipped around the perimeter like that and everybody sharing the sugar, it lets me know that this team is engaged and they're focused.
And the rebound comes down to the Clippers. Great feed. Turns and slams it down. Safe to say, notice has been served.
Sometimes things go good. Other times, things go great. Everything going their team's way right now.
Antetokounmpo to Matthews. Here comes the screen. Driving right to the basket. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Anthony to Beverly. Swings it. Anthony. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Time for some new personnel into the game.
Programs have player bios, team stats, fan interviews, and more. And best of all, they're free. You can get your game.
Bledsoe. George. Well defended. The Bucks at the controls. Hassan Whiteside sends it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Leonard won't go.
Minutes left in the first quarter.
To Matthews. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw is good to finish off the three-point play. And the margin down to 8. Paul George missed his first. That one goes.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Scores from the post.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
I got ball. Got some for him.
George up against the Spaniard. Knocks it down from mid-range. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Jumper's good.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard to Whiteside. Here comes the screen. Kawhi Leonard guarded by Gasol. Beyond the arc for three. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Matthews against Paul George. To George Hill. In a flash, scores at the rim.
Well, you know what the old saying is, when you assume you make a... You know what I'm talking about. You can't fault the D too much there. I was expecting to kick out three.
Beverly into the front court. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. Leonard. He made his first effort, but not that time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
That misses with a second to go. We're through one at Staples Center with the second quarter set to start. This is what we like. This game is certainly in the balance.
And we're exceeding the speed limit. These guys are playing fast. And the thing I love about it the most, there's entertainment in this game. Guys are looking away after they shoot the ball. Guys are clapping. Guys are energetic. This is why you love this sport.
Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Adetokunbo to Lopez. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Paul George to Beverly. For three. Shot no good. You know Beverly can appreciate good defense. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
George Hill at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 80% at the line. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Beverly to Anthony. 4-3. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. From the outside, no good. George to Anthony. The shot, almost. To Adetokunbo. Lopez. Knocked loose. Clippers have it.
When it's a tight game, those missed opportunities on the road make it tough.
And finishes strong.
And easy, too. Get back on defense.
Bucks basketball. Curling inside. And the reward, he's going to the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big-time play.
Giannis Adetokunbo. Couple of free throws on the way. A career 74% free throw shooter. Can't connect on the first free throw. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip.
Chris Middleton entering the game for LA, number 41.
Leonard to Anthony. Fires the three. Misfires. It's no good. Short jumper off the mark. Giannis with it up top. Down by 1. To Middleton. Hassan Whiteside. Rejects it. That's his third block this evening. Bledsoe. Shot from the lane won't go. Leonard to Gilgeous-Alexander. George. Paul George. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a three-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead, is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the three-point shot.
Add 2 points to the board.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
It's LA Clippers ball.
Back up.
Leonard to Anthony. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Textbook Melo. Hand in his face, lets it fly, and scores.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
Into the game.
Antetokounmpo to Bledsoe. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Paul George, 4-2.
Defensive foul to number 34, Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's his.
Paul George has got 2 shots coming. A career 84% free throw shooter. And he connects on the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Bledsoe with the basketball. They trail by 7. To Gasol. Going to launch beyond the arc. Can't connect. Beverly into the front court. Lead stands at 7. A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. George matched up with Pau Gasol. Oh, lots of contact there. Still gets it to go.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Bledsoe to Antetokounmpo. Hassan Whiteside sends it away. 4th this contest.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Paul George. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Bledsoe with it up top. Down 5. To Gasol. You've got to get that one to go. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. The Clippers have the lead.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Giannis in control of the basketball. His guys down 3. Screen coming. Antetokounmpo to Lopez. Hassan Whiteside pins it. Ooh, 5 now.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Bledsoe with the basketball. The deficit is 6. Adetokunbo to Bledsoe. From the painted area, won't go down. Brook Lopez. He struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Clippers have the basketball. Here comes the screen. And he's going to the line to shoot.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just got to let them play, ref.
Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2. Giannis with it up top. Now down 6. Bledsoe, deep right corner to Bledsoe. Kawhi Leonard with a piece.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Giannis in control of the basketball. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. The drive right to the basket. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Giannis Adetokunbo trying to cash in on the 3-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. To Paul George. Lets it fly from long range. Offensive board. Rebound taken by Milwaukee. Milwaukee with the basketball. Leonard to George. Screen coming. Brook Lopez swats it.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Bledsoe with it up top. Down 6. And finishes strong. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters. But when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
George. Oh, Chris Middleton. 3 for 6 now.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Beverly into the front court. Leads a bucket. To Leonard. Fires the 3. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. And hits the first free throw. Hits the second. One more coming. Hits all 3 free throws. Giannis with it up top. The deficit now up to 5. Bledsoe to Adetokunbo. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles in and out.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off 2 legs and expect the contact.
Bledsoe with the basketball. 5-point game. Eric Bledsoe. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick. LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard to Anthony. Here's a chance from long range. It's good. And the foul. And he's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
It never would have been a foul if you didn't give him space. Your job defensively is to stay attached to him at all times. Force him to put the ball on the ground and drive and make a shot over the trees below.
Oh, he can't connect. Hill. He had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end.
There's only so many times you can hide from the truth. That was horrific defense. Just got to get it back on the next possession.
Beverly to Leonard from long range. Can't get the bounce.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Bucks at the controls. George Hill to Gasol. Not done yet. Hassan Whiteside able to recover with the block. Incredible. 6 tonight.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Matthews to Hill. Beyond the arc for 3. And George Hill good on the quick release for 3.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Leonard to Whiteside. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Runner here won't go. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. The Clippers are out in front. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end, the other end takes care of itself.
Paul George to Leonard for 3. Kawhi Leonard is going to get a chance at 3 here. Hasn't missed yet. First free throw is good. Knocks down the second free throw. And he hits all 3 free throws. Bledsoe with it up top. His guy's down by 9. Here comes the screen. A lot of contact. No whistle. Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense. Oh, bad pass, and the Bucks have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And he throws it down. Big finish for Hassan Whiteside.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up.
Team foul number 1.
Matthews. Not that time.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Patrick Beverly is going to get 3 shots here. He's perfect from the line so far. First one, count it. Second to 3, got it. Almost settles for a 2-0-3 trip. Bledsoe with the basketball. The deficit now up to 13. Can't leave him that wide open. Wesley Matthews knocks down the 3.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
To Leonard. George buries it on the catch and shoot.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a 3 is like shooting a layup.
Bucks at the controls. Bledsoe to Matthews. Beverly into the front court. The advantage is 13 points. To Paul George. 4-3. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
George to Whiteside. Wide open look, won't go.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Beverly to George. Anthony.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. First one goes down. Second of 3 is good. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. Bledsoe with it up top. 14-point deficit. Drives, but a shot won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Well, you can't do that.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Hill.
Los Angeles Clippers are in the building.
To Bledsoe.
For the Los Angeles Clippers, number 23, Louis Williams.
Oh, a whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Number 7, Carmelo Anthony. That's his 3rd.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Number 42, Robin Lopez.
It's LA Clippers ball. Leonard to Anthony. Fires the 3. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Screen coming. Williams to Leonard. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Smothering D. Hassan Whiteside with the block. Make that 7.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Now a steal by Milwaukee.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop a great passing team.
Anthony. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Hill across the timeline. His guys currently down by 13. And a whistle.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Knocks down the first. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Anthony to Beverly. Going to launch beyond the arc. He missed his first 4 from downtown. He finally gets a 3 to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses 4 in a row. One has to go in eventually.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. buries it.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Oh, bad pass, and the Bucks have it. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.
The Clippers got themselves a win here.
Game track. Assists.
The Los Angeles Clippers were very impressive in the way they shared the ball, giving each other the opportunity to not just take good shots, but great shots. That's what I believe made the difference for them in this game, that being the great assist.
Player of the game.
Carmelo Anthony played the role of facilitator today, and no one is more happy than his teammates.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here's our top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
Oh, y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna get that Kendrick and that LOX, huh? Yeah. Y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna get that Lock and Kendrick? That Status P, that Jada, that Oh, y'all think it's games being in here, huh? Well, they not. Lightness in the air.
The damage that we do is severe. The reinvention of the fresh, brand new every year.
Them hit him in his blood, flew in the air. We put that work on commercial. We flew in the lab.
I hit the bar and the weights, then I'm doing the stairs. They say the Lord only knows what I do to my peers.
Trying to sell this pursue my career. So I keep a tight circle, I don't move with the squares.
Rock a rub, Google, put two in the air. If you ain't qualified, you should move to the rear.
I'm from Yonkers, had to learn to conquer my fears. In the foreign, had to learn to conquer the gears.
It's the kick drum, yeah, it's attached to the I turn it to the back, then I crack your veneers.
Stagnated on the for ways.
I'm in
X, my you don't know about us. Double R, my you don't know about us. D Block, my you don't know about us. Ash Swiss, he'll tell you we keep it click about us.
Hey, I've been going and going like the Energizer. Yeah, I'm supplying no like Elijah. In the cut, no, might run a compartmentalizer. They say life is a and if that is the case, then I'm finna surprise her. No, I am not an advisor, but I do advise you to pay attention. Never need to mention I'm the heads. Finna push it to the ledge. Yeah, my meds. Ain't got no love for the feds. Can that thing go to your head? Me watch where you tread. I'm finna kill it instead. I'm finna, well, like I never done it, and I wanna run it, and I wanna keep it going and going like infinity. Be the only entity to ever rip it apart. From the start like this, from the heart like this, finna rip a million miles a minute, no nitrous. Do it righteous. I've been down this road before. Everybody think that they do, but they don't. Swear to God that they would, but they won't. Spitting riddles in the middle of a pastime. Me and my mom feeling the vibe like yeah, finna get it like yeah. I done made $20 million. I don't flex to be acknowledged. At this point, it's common knowledge. All you haters been abolished. You in the club throwing dollars, but I'm saving mine so my kids go to college. Or maybe whatever they wanna do, just as long as they never say, Daddy blew $20 million. Ay, he had to flex to be acknowledged. Ay, he in the club throwing dollars and I cannot afford to send me to college. Ay, Daddy just wanna be loved, just like everybody wanna be accepted. Ay, but somehow he had neglected me and my mama for all of this rap. Ay, no I can up with that. Ay, no I can up with that. Who you know dropped the album back to back to back to back to back to back again. I'm back again and snap again. And that ain't no other way around it. Yeah, it's happening cause I've been living in a world of my own. Leave me alone, I'm in the zone where I've been prone to destroy. You cannot avoid this. Whack, have annoyed this. Yes, you know I enjoy this. Preach, yeah, I'm trying to reach everybody in the streets, putting words to the beats. Each one, teach one, yeah, I'm trying to reach one. Who the beast one? That be me on the top to the east one. Tell me how you really wanna do it right now. Turn up, shout out everybody, no run and heard of this, heard of us. We ain't going nowhere, it's a herd of us. Hold up, roll up. Levitating like I'm David Blaine. Living a dream like I'm David Ames. Talk all you want, we are not the same. Step in the spot that ain't know the name. So more albums my first week than Harry Styles and Katy Perry. That ain't a sign of the times, then I don't know what is. Man, it's scary cause I've been blowing up like C4 when I'm 3 for 3 like a free throw. Anybody hating on the boy, take a step back and then now my phone blowing up like ring. Like ring, 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 ring. That Kevin Durant, I'm a champion. Check the numbers, I'm a champion. Can't sleep on the boy anymore, but the haters that love to hate gon' Star-Lord, champion. Know the name and they know the alias, that's for sure. Gave him 44, now here's 44 more.
I be ballin' right there where the Knicks play, get cake, gotta make sure mama rent paid. I was dead broke, got my straight, switch lanes, now they switching up, made. I've been finessing since the 6th grade, I might cut fifth a fade, blue face, money stacking tall, it's like 6'8", new rave, star shining all in your face. It took me a minute, now I'm in the game, wait a minute, I've been like it's minute paid, hate, I begin to it, getting paid, get away. Gotta meditate, get the guap, I'm praying and never stop. Wrists on froze, diamonds on me, do the milli rock. This yo, me when I hit the spot. Big bank rolls, used to post about a chicken spot. Had a chance, but you missed it. I can never fold, say you real, but you really not. Moving like a get you bending post like O'Neal, you ain't sending. I be ballin' right there. Play, get cake, gotta make sure mama rent paid. I was dead broke, got my grade. Switch lanes, now they switching up, made. I've been finessing since the 6th grade. I might cut her off if it's fade. Wait, I just chicken straight. Hey, got 1,000 ways just to get paid. I'm in BK10 up the freeway. I just made a highlight, need a replay. I began to it every what's the delay? Remember I was down, tables turned like a DJ. Shorty, you should leave your man, he a cheapskate. I can make a lot of bands on a weekday. She know that I'm the man, ain't no debate. I used to like it's eBay. I'ma do it like a relay. Money, I just put the cash on the 3-way. Going past through the speed race. Hey, I need space. I don't want your heart, I just need. I've been on my grind, boy, you need skates. I got I be ballin' right there where the Knicks play, get cake, gotta make sure mama rent paid. I was dead broke, got my straight, switch lanes, now they switching up, made. I've been finessing since the 6th grade, might cut her off if it fade. Wait, I just chicken straight, hey, got 1,000 ways just to get paid.
The Clippers win the opening tip as we get things started at Staples. Beverly to Leonard. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's how you defend.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Miles Turner snatching it out of the air.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Hands off, get the board.
Short jumper off the mark. To Anthony. 4-3. Can't connect. To Oladipo. Wide open look, won't go.
But if great shooters keep getting open looks, it's a matter of time before they start knocking them down. You have to start contesting some shots.
The assist from number 2, Kawhi Leonard.
McConnell to Oladipo. Can't connect.
It didn't hurt him this time, but defensively, you got to prevent him from even catching the ball to begin with.
Kawhi Leonard picked up by T.J. Warren. Whiteside to George. Going to launch beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Whiteside. And he'll head to the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Two for two on that trip. Oladipo into the front court. His team up by one.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Baseline drive. Down the lane, but the shot won't fall.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Knocked loose. Clippers have it. Almost. Unlucky bounce. McConnell to Turner. Driving right to the basket. Miles Turner slams it down.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
To Beverly. Fires the three. He made his first effort, but not that time.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Knocked loose. Clippers have got it.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
From the painted area, won't go down. Beverly. Smothering D. Off the assist.
Used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Beverly to Leonard. And count the basket inside.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Oladipo against George. Yes, Victor Oladipo. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
George. Ooh, he'll take that.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
To Oladipo. Paul George with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To Paul George from long range. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. To Oladipo.
You open, shoot that.
Oh, Miles Turner. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
And the defender's got to take note. Otherwise, that shot's going up all game long.
Leonard. Goes to the left side. George. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Knocked loose. Clippers have it. To the rim. Lays it up and in. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That ends the first quarter. The Clippers are out in front. One quarter down. Neither side really distinguished itself. Jay, what stood out?
Well, both teams had their rhythm. They established the tempo that they wanted to play at. But ultimately, something has to give. Some team has to draw a line in the sand.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Beverly has a chance. Second effort. Probing the defense. Oladipo into the front court. Leads one. Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough. George. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Kawhi Leonard swats it. Blocked away.
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial. Oladipo. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. To George. Lets it fly from long range. Off the mark. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it. And the finish. Slam dunk.
And that transition offense was flawless. When guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
The screen sets him up for two.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
It's LA Clippers ball. Shot from the lane won't go.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a three-point game. Miles Turner rejects it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
And count the basket.
I love when I see smaller players finish in the paint amongst the trees. But if you're a big on the other side, you can't let that happen so easy.
Oh, they call him for the foul.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Oladipo, tough matchup against George. Trying to cash in. Oladipo's shot misses. Clippers have the basketball. Anthony to Beverly. Working it outside. George. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
And they call the foul. Careful there, Chick.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Subbing in for the Pacers, number 7, Malcolm.
Victor Oladipo with the slam.
The NBA's most improved player was a guy that always invested in himself, both on and off the court, but he always put in the work to be better. Was a sponge for information, an insatiable appetite to be the best. But the difference is, he's believing in himself. Whether that's singing at the NBA award show or performing at the highest level on the court, it's safe to say that Victor Oladipo has officially arrived.
That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's a Prob City.
Paul George! Tips it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
The drive, right to the basket. Full throttle, right to the basket for the deuce.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Slams it down.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Knocked loose. Clippers have it. Beverly. Great defense, forcing the miss. And stuffs it home. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Miles Turner sends it, knocked it away.
Oh, some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Kawhi Leonard matched up with Warren. To Anthony. George. No good. That's great defense.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Has a look. Missed it. Not much more you can ask for from the defense there. That's it for the first half, with the Pacers in the lead.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
McConnell. Won't go.
So many teams just try to beat you with their offense. Well, your offense can only take you so far. The one thing that's supposed to travel, whether you're home or away, is your defense. That's your staple.
Here comes the screen. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Oladipo into the front court. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Hassan Whiteside. Beverly into the front court. The deficit is 6. To Anthony. For 3.
That's his first personal foul.
Carmelo Anthony is going to get a chance at 3 here. A career 81% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first. Knocks down the second free throw. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. It's Indiana basketball. Oladipo. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Leonard to Anthony. Beyond the arc for three. It's rebounded by Indiana. Big finish at the rim.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Miles Turner sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Hassan Whiteside. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Oladipo into the front court. Up 5. To Turner. To Oladipo. Fires the 3 and a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
It's the Clippers with the possession now to Whiteside. Tough make through traffic.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
McConnell down to Warren. The pass set it all up.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Leonard to Anthony. Here's a chance from long range, and Carmelo Anthony. Zero hesitation as he knocks down the 3.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
Kawhi Leonard matched up with Warren. To Paul George. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And Paul George good on the quick release there. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively, he makes those clutch shots. It re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
On the pass, stolen by Indiana.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Leonard to Beverly. Shot by Carmelo, no good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Nice finish at the rim.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he's live. I'm watching it happen in person.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this 3rd quarter. Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
And counted at the rim.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Pacers with the possession. Oladipo. To Turner. Oh, Miles Turner. The defense is really going to have to start paying attention. He's 5 for 5 for the field.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact. Focusing. Oh, he sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Anthony. Can't connect from in close.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
George to the basket, but it won't go. Count it. from three-quarters court, three-quarters down. The fourth quarter coming up. The Pacers have the lead. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
And hits the first free throw. No back-to-back. Slams it home on the putback.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Oladipo into the front court. Up 6. Here comes the screen. Curling inside. Not that time.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
4-3. Gilgeous-Alexander forcing one there. Well defended. And too much contact.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Team foul number 1.
Short jumper stays out.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Hey, double screen.
Gilgeous-Alexander to Leonard. Going to launch beyond the arc. Tough shot. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Foul. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Kawhi Leonard, couple of free throws on the way. A career 84% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Pacers control. Oladipo to Brogdon. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Brogdon. Has a chance. Wide open look, won't go.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Emphatic slam.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Kawhi Leonard picked up by T.J. Warren. Williams to Leonard. Fires the 3, hits it, and the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
And body control is everything, especially on the defensive side of the floor. That was a great contest up top, but your body hit him on the way down. That's a foul every time.
Kawhi Leonard with a chance at a 4-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Got it. Oladipo into the front court. Leads 4. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup from long range. And the rebound grabbed by the Clippers. Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense. Oh, the Pacers come away with the steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Leonard to Beverly. Leonard to Williams. Miles Turner able to recover with the block.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Knocked loose. throws it down.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Trying to cash in, add 2 points to the board.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level, but that jumper's wet too?
LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard to Beverly. Lets it fly from long range. Another chance. Williams. It's Sabonis with the rebound.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
Oladipo into the front court. His team leads it by 10. And now a reach, and that's going to be an intentional foul. Free throws here in the final minute of play.
His timing was a tad bit off.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2.
This game for the Los Angeles Clippers, number 1.
Leonard. For 3. Jerome Robinson at the line. Misses the first. And he hits the second. Indiana with the basketball. Sizing up the defense. Oladipo to McConnell. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Leonard. Beyond the arc for 3. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
This one to the Pacers as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Pacers were solid in today's victory, and these are the kind of highlights I love to see. Check out the defensive effort that turns so many shots into really embarrassing moments. The Pacers got their point scoring from these guys on screen. The Clippers just couldn't get within striking.
Game track. Second chance points.
The Indiana Pacers did a fantastic job of closing out on the offensive boards. Even better, they were able to convert those opportunities into second chance points.
Player of the game.
Miles Turner gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those. That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.
Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. I know that it's difficult. I'm stacking this paper, it's sort of habitual. I put a residual and f***ing your like it's part of my ritual, part of the visual. But money you give me it's typical. I wanted it physical. $1 million I count up in intervals. Without it I'm miserable. Don't wanna fall off so I'm all in my bag. Thinking God like it's biblical. I know it's gonna solve every problem I have. I ball on the principle. Remember the teachers was all on my. Now look all of them pitiful. And all of a sudden I'm so good at math. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Can't take it when you die, but you can't live without it. Count it up, count it up. Big bills. I fell in love with big wheels and quick thrills. My running tip drills, can't sit still. Don't give up if it kills. It mixed well. I'm only counting big bills. I fell in love with big wheels and quick thrills. My running tip drills, can't sit still. If it kills, it mixed well. I'm only counting. proceed with caution. I heard if you taste it, it only results in a hole in your heart. I take the whole cake and I won't leave a portion. It's only an organ. Thank God mama couldn't afford it. The loneliest orphan. I flip my misfortune and grow me a fortune. My rollie is scorching. The that hated is slowly approaching. Now Coley important. My beside me like Tommy and Martin. We ballin' your courtin'. The with your like we turning your heart in. She don't need a. She from all of the money we countin'. Count it up. Count it up. Count it up. Count it. Count it up. Count it up. Count it up. Count it. Count it up. Count it up. Count it up. Can't take it when you die, but you can't live without it. Count it up. Count it up. Count it up. Count it. Count it up. Count it up. Count it up. Count it. Count it up. Count it up. Count it up. Count it. Can't take it when you die.
Maxo, bust down, Maxo, bust down, seal up, break it down, weigh it up, bust it down, open up, seal, look, stand up, this a buzz down, got it in the old name, the buzz, we don't even here, we just buzz down, got my on the roof, don't make them buzz down, by the it's a buzz down, run through the grass like a touchdown, play, really no buzz down, try to take my chain, I'ma buzz down, seal up, buzz down, break it down, buzz down, weigh it up, 30 down, 50, 100, seal, I'm down, stay 10 toes, I'm down, 10 toes, Jenny Craig with them, diamond dance like Chris Brown, lick my water, don't drown, neck whip like baptized, church, MJ with the 4-5, fade away, no bungee, what? Never like a mummy, fade to a dummy, got a lot of young dummies, go roll rap with the tummy, by the apartment, I moved the in abundance, buzz down the I split the like circumference. Nana, it's a buzz down. Got it in the old name, the buzz. We don't even here, we just buzz down. Got my on the roof, don't make them buzz down. By the it's a buzz down. Run through the grass like a touchdown. Play, really no buzz down. Try to take my chain, I'ma buzz down. Buzz down, buzz down, buzz down, buzz down. 30, 50, 100, I'm down. Hurricane chopper, a baby. Got weed like Sinead. Throwing them like Ludo. I'm older like a. I pass it like a. My feet down here. Cold with it like Martin. Break it down. Pick it up. Put it up. Bring it back. Nana, it's a buzz down. Got it in the old name. The buzz. We don't even here. We just buzz down. Got my on the roof, don't make them buzz down. By the it's a buzz down. Run through the grass like a touchdown. Play, really no buzz down. Try to take my chain, I'ma buzz down. Buzz down, seal up, buzz down, break it down, buzz down, buzz down, weigh it up, 30 down, 50, 100, seal down.
Like 2 stacks, big and green. I call my pockets the new hawk. We don't pay attention to no loose talk. 100 times I had to let it cool off. Amos dancing on me doing a moonwalk. Can't wear my AP, I had to let it cool off. Almost died from pneumonia, had to take my jewels off. We don't argue with these, we just let them tools talk. Then get back to yours again. Back to back in them Ferraris, we stay horse playing. Run up on the center, gon' heck. Harvard student doing my taxes, I got friends. I put rings on them hundreds, I married. You see my money and ice everywhere on them. And we each other, cause we don't cherish them. But we don't leak out that info, we can't embarrass serious stuff. Can't leave the country, but I got my beef from London. These talk but see me out and ain't on nothing. I'm in the store, I need to go get the. You got 20s, I got hundreds. Too much money, I need like 2 votes. Stacks big and green, I call my pockets the new hawk. We don't pay attention to no loose talk. 100 times I had to let it cool up. Amos dancing on me doing a moonwalk. Can't wear my AP, I had to let it cool up. Almost died from pneumonia, had to take my jewels off. We don't argue with these, we just let them tools talk. 200 to Izzy, get my all this realest Buzz Lightyear. Say, got that done with the prices. I don't with this, we got. They don't take none of the artists, so I'm problem when you see me get it. 8212 was bracket. I might be in that Escalade, but I ain't lacking. Put that on you, act like I don't know what happened. I hear the story, be like, that was trash. Too much money, I need like 2 votes. Stacks big and green, I call my pockets the new hawk. You don't pay attention to no loose talk. 100 times I had to let it cool off. Amos dancing on me doing a moonwalk. Can't wear my AP, I had to let it cool off. Almost died from pneumonia, had to take my jewels off. We don't argue with these, we just let them tools talk.
I'm still under 21, so I can't. But them my name and they can't wait. Crib came with a court and some legal officials. Cake around my neck, VS1 the crystals. Extended magazines, shuffle limousines. Before I got a ding. $65,000 jeans. Ball like stuff for lotion. Skirt the Testarossa. All about the guap like a stockbroker. Brother with me. Was mad older. Had to keep it like the OG Yoda.
Too much money, I need like 2 votes. Stacks big and green, I call my pockets the new hawk. We don't pay attention to no loose talk. 100 times I had to let it cool up. Amos dancing on me doing a moonwalk. Can't wear my AP, I had to let it cool up. Almost died from pneumonia, had to take my jewels off. We don't argue with these, we just let them tools talk.
I be paranoid, I got like me this right in the money, I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends locked up, got caught up in the feds. And all my sins washed up, yeah, free my said. I be close to saying, I ain't supposed to say. Sometimes I wanna go ghost, I might go MIA.
Still screaming free the fam, they coming home now. All this up on my, I got a now. How you real, you can't even walk through your hometown. I'm barely home now, on the road now. All in the MIA, oh, like the boy, you get no love, you get stand 10 toes down. My go down, rap can't fold down. My your dough down, we ain't gon' put on the 4th down. We on the hunt, we want more now. Real from the jump, we on now. Swear no more gon' broke now. Might do a show in your town. Wait till I bring that. I'm on no road bounce.
I be paranoid, I got like me this right in the money, I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends locked up, got caught up in the feds. And all my sins washed up, yeah, free my said. I be close to saying, I ain't supposed to say. Sometimes I wanna go ghost, I might go MIA. All up in my face. I don't go nowhere without my brothers. That's and all up in my space, just getting in the way. I got like 30 on my fingers, what more can I say? And I got 30 on my fingers, what more can I say? Please, on the block that fuck deep like KD. Every night they but please don't call them shady. I got too much on a fight, so please don't try to. I got too much on a fight, so please don't try to me. I gotta for the look, already got good. I got a team full of and really gotta look crazy. I put in a cup, yeah, but that's my baby. I be paranoid, I got like me this right in the money, I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends locked up, got caught up in the feds. And all my sins washed up, yeah, free my said. I be close to saying I ain't supposed to say. Sometimes I wanna go ghost, I might go
I might go MIA.
I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way. Baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill. I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. I live a wild life, don't judge me. In the lobby, walk in the room, then leave me. That hit my fault, they want me. I ain't the same guy when I was 14. I was trying out for the boat team. High school crush was ignoring me. Oh yeah, now she me. Now I'm on the road. Shorties on my shores. Saying I'm about to. I'ma talk cause I ain't finished yet. True be told, I've been a man. Still gon' love me when the fan. Are you? Oh really now? Let's get it done. I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way. Baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill. I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. You know I gotta give them what they ask for. Like Tupac spitting out a tabloid. I'm Will Smith hanging with the bad boys. Get it? Where I'm from, they never had much. Waters and crackers when they had lunch. Everyone quick to do it. No living like 5. Still got a heart of gold, so don't let me go. Cause I'm here for you. Akon flow like it's 06. To my whole fam, please don't trip. Dog knows. Yeah, and I'm a dog, but I'm no. I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way. Baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill. I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way. Baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill. I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me.
Right now, Sam. 24 hours, cut the check. Bye, bye, bye. Foreign trips, bye, bye, bye. OG. Lie detector, don't lie, lie, lie. Cut the check. Bye, bye, bye. Foreign trips, bye, bye, bye. OG. Lie detector, don't lie, lie, lie.
The Clippers win the opening tip as we get things started at Staples. George, that's the start they were looking for just as the fans were getting seated.
And I love that aggression. Stylistically, you have to come out and dictate the tempo of the ball game. Don't ease your way into it. Keep your foot on the gas.
Down low to Williams. From the painted area, won't go down.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Gasol, his first effort off the mark. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on a defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Clippers have the basketball. George to Leonard for three. He engulfed him that time.
Shoot or shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Rozier into the front court. Down a point. Hassan Whiteside. Huge block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Gasol. Rebound pulled in by Charlotte. To Rozier. Driving right to the basket. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
And a pass taken away by Charlotte.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know just like I know you're not getting back on D.
To Nick Batum. Trying to cash in. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
It's plain and it's simple. The difference between a winning team and a losing organization is the fact that their ability to finish plays. You have to find a way defensively to finish these type of plays to win this game.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line. Terry Rozier at the line. First free throw is good. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. It's LA Clippers ball. Beverly to George. 4-3. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. 10-6 our score. Clippers have it. Leonard. That is great vision to set it up. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, mixed opinions with Carmelo Anthony. How will you remember his career?
Well, as of right now, he's a catch-and-shoot type player. But for me personally, Carmelo Anthony will go down as one of the greatest isolation players of all time. Back in his Denver days, his earlier New York Knicks days, there was nobody better in an isolated set than CA.
Hassan Whiteside pins it. Nikola Batum, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Paul George to Whiteside. Has a chance. Can't connect. Charlotte basketball. And a whistle.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Miles Bridges.
Substitutions.
To Beverly. Going to launch beyond the arc. Patrick Beverly. He thrives in situations like these.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
And easy, too. Get back on defense.
LA Clippers with the basketball. George to Beverly. Beyond the arc for 3. This guy's tough. Patrick Beverly, hand in his face, still drills it.
I don't know how he saw his man out and cut like that, but that was nice.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Marvin Williams, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 80% at the line. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Beverly into the front court. They trail by 2. To Beasley. Michael Beasley with the slam. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Miles Bridges rises for the slam.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
To Beverly. To Paul George. Here's a chance from long range. Well, this could be a sign of things to come. He's 3 of 4 from downtown to start the game.
And the dangerous thing for the defensive team, he has fresh legs. That was great lift on that jump shot.
And the basket good at the rim.
The assist from number 3.
Deep three at the buzzer. That'll do it for the first quarter. The Hornets have the lead. One quarter down. Neither side really distinguished itself. Jay, what stood out?
And when both teams are playing at this level, it just continues to reaffirm that I was excited to watch both of these teams play this entire week. It's been a solid game so far, but this has a chance to be a great one down the stretch.
It's a one-point game as we get rolling once again here in the second quarter. Miles Bridges. Rocking the rim.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Here comes the screen. Paul George to Anthony. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Oh, they call goaltending. Count it. Took it down the lane, but it's no good.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Beverly into the front court. Down just a couple. To George. Lets it fly from long range. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Defense making the ball carrier work. Gets a look. Can't hit. Beverly into the front court. Leads just a point. To Anthony. From long range. That one off the mark. It's no good. Oh, emphatic slam.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. That ball's out of bounds off the Hornets, so it'll stay with the LA Clippers. New blood coming in for both sides. Fires the three. Can't get the bounce. Billy Hernan-Gomez sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
I'll look out for that same move on the next possession, though.
Beverly into the front court. They're down 3.
Coming through.
Here comes the screen. Billy Hernan. Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Los Angeles Clippers, number 13,
George to Whiteside. Oh, he had it. Not done yet. Iguodala to bring it up. He'll run the offense. Paul George. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
2 minutes remaining.
Hassan Whiteside able to recover with the block. That's his third block this evening.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Shot clock violation. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Into the game for Los Angeles, number 2, Kawhi Leonard.
Leonard to Paul George. Beverly to Gasol. Fires the three, so the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
The drive, right to the basket. Hassan Whiteside with the block. Fourth this contest. Beverly into the front court. Leads a bucket. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverly. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor.
And number 4.
Hornets at the controls of this one. Screen coming.
1 minute remaining
to Batum.
Second quarter.
Miles Bridges. Kawhi Leonard tips it for 3.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
To Miles Bridges. Batum. Had a good look there, but it's no good. To Gasol. George. Message received. Well defended. Can't miss those. Deep 3 at the buzzer. That'll do it for the first half. The Clippers have the lead.
The Clippers are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. Have a look at the leading scores for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Hornets have kept it close after 1 half. And the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. These are the guys getting buckets for the Charlotte Hornets.
Game track. Bench points.
The NBA season is long, and these days, starters take rest days. And that's why it's so important to have bench players that can be productive like we're seeing here today.
Player of the half.
Paul George did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it. Fellas, back to you.
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Hornets have the basketball.
Self-check.
Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out. Cashes in for 2.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Terry Rozier with the 2.
I love when I see smaller players finish in the paint amongst the trees. But if you're a big on the other side, you can't let that happen so easy.
To George. 4-3. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
He drains it.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
You're on the island now.
George. Now that's a contest.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Leonard to Paul George. Going to launch beyond the arc. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Nikola Batum. Very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Paul George to Beverly. Leonard buries it on the catch and shoot.
Defense, do the math. You force him to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
Rozier with it. His guys trail now by 4. Batum. And a nice finish at the rim.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
George to Leonard. Beyond the arc for 3.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. And hits the first free throw. Second of 3 is good. Knocks down all 3 at the line. Rozier into the front court. The deficit now up to 5. Miles Bridges. Here comes the screen. Hassan Whiteside rejects it. Ooh, 5 now.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
And he throws it down. Big finish for Hassan Whiteside.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Knocked loose. Kid Gilchrist against George. Rozier. It's rebounded by Whiteside. Gets it in the left corner. Beverly. That's off the side of the rim. Short.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Timeout called here by the Clippers. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Clippers have the basketball. Paul George to Beasley. Off the penetration, almost, but no good.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Beverly off the mark. No good. Marc Gasol. 3 for 6 now.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
George to Leonard. Here's a chance from long range. Tough shot. Well defended. He wants it at the rim and scores.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Listen big.
George, and he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. Knocks down the first. Second and 3. Got it. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. Screen coming. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint. 3 quarters down. The fourth quarter coming up. The Clippers are out in front. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end, the other end takes care of itself.
Beverly to Beasley. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Beasley forced that one. Defense was right there. To Rozier. Off the assist.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
Beverly. No, pass stolen by the Hornets.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
So important to take care of the basketball. Easy 2 on the other end after the turnover. It's LA Clippers ball.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Driving right to the basket. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move, though.
Leonard to Beasley. Lets it fly from long range. It's good, and he's not done. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
And body control is everything, especially on the defensive side of the floor. That was a great contest up top, but your body hit him on the way down. That's a foul every time.
Across the timeline, it's Rozier. Down 4. Easy path to the rim.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Count it, and the foul. He's going to the line for a free throw.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Charlotte with the basketball. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Leonard to George from long range. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
To Nick Batum. Hassan Whiteside. Blocked away.
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. He sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. 24-second violation. To Whiteside. Gasol. to Paul George. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim. No good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
And look out. Big finish at the rim.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard to Whiteside. Deep left corner. Gasol. Deep two there. Won't go. Hassan Whiteside. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
Underutilized. 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 Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of it.
Batum. Marc Gasol swats it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
To Batum. From the painted area, won't go down. Williams' shot won't go. To Gasol. Leonard to Whiteside, leaving no doubt, slams it down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Hassan Whiteside, snatching it out of the air. Make that 7.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
To Beverly. Leonard. George. Paul George is going to get a chance at 3 here. Hasn't missed yet. And he connects on the first free throw. Knocks down the second free throw. 3 for 3. Nice. Now a timeout coming here from the Hornets coach. They're down big in this fourth quarter and a chance here to empty their bench.
Team shops, including the fan favorite throwback jerseys. Get one for yourself before they're all gone.
A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles in and out.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. Marc Gasol. Huge block.
My ball.
Beverly. Long key from three-quarters court. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up for Jay Williams and our entire crew.
The Clippers put one in the win column. The Charlotte Hornets just couldn't get within.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
The Los Angeles Clippers were definitely the better team with regard to long-range shooting, and it turned out to be quite the advantage. Their three-pointers were unstoppable.
Player of the game.
Paul George could not have been more impressive in this game. Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.
Yeah, I miss you, but I got no time for that. Yeah. But I got no time for that. How could you wish you never play me? Had no time for that. Play me, you got no time for that. How could you move it like you call you back? Leave me alone. Run it out the box. Leave me alone. You gonna what? Leave me alone. Run it out the box. Leave me alone. Yeah. Hey, yeah, I miss you, but I got no time for that. You was my little, I was fine with that. How you just gon' play me? I ain't fine with that. Thinking about you daily, crazy while I'm flexing. Oh, we was flexing. Always I told you that you be a star. Goals in our checklist. Question or check your message. Knew that I could from the start. Or she was texting. She called, yeah. Leaving them gone, yeah. She on, dreaming we on, yeah. Ay, drop is a coupe, dropping the top of my car. Ay, I cannot click, man, she playing her part, yeah. Ay, life is new, I like dark. Ay, asking myself, how I she leave her like in the dark, like leave me alone. Run it out the box. Ay, leave me alone. You gonna what? Leave me alone. Run it out the box. Leave me alone. Yeah. You can't play me, I'm just till I'm lazy like a throwback. You ain't know that. My like I'm Lil Kodak. No, it ain't good at. I can't sweat you. I'm like who that? I can't sweat you. I don't do that. No. Hey, tell you the truth. I ain't want you to depart. Hey, I'm with you, but I kept with you cause you different. You can't play your part. No. Hey, tell you the truth. I'm with you from the start. Hey, I cannot. Not playing a part. Like, leave me alone. Run it out the box. Hey, leave me alone. You gonna what? Leave me alone. Run it out the box. Hey, leave me alone. Yeah.
My girl. So you talking about what? Ain't got nothing, man. Ain't got nothing on no name. No, straight like that, dude.
Ain't got nothing for no nothing. Nothing gets to me too close. Ain't got nothing for no nothing. Be doing the most.